Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Teams Team. Welcome again to another edition of Amazing Sports Betting Picks and Predictions. We are ready to go here with some Major League Baseball action and, of course, WNBA. Otherwise, we have days off here in the NBA and NHL. Had some wild ones there again last night, Ramon. But hopefully, everyone is excited for maybe some time off here this weekend, right? For the holiday. You guys all deserve it. How are you, Ramon?
I'm ready for a sports weekend. I'm going to try to find some sports to bet on here this weekend. Yes, Mindy, we did see exciting action last night, of course, in the NBA, especially because now, all of a sudden, the greatest streak in the history of streaks, could it actually be over? Could Boston win the next two games? It's so interesting right now
It
because
is.
of the odds.
I saw you put that in the Discord, Ramon. Yeah, tell us.
Well, okay, yeah, I'll just say it, and then maybe you, as an expert bettor, can decipher it or give advice to it. So I look at it. I'm going to ignore the fact because I don't see FanDuel, so I do want to go off of what looks to be an industry standard as the Heat. I'm showing them still as favorites in the series at most books. With they have the lead, they have the next game at home. Now they are underdogs, Mindy, in that next game by 3 points.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Heat, however, is favored at most books about $1.40, $1.45 to still win the series. They only have to win one of the next two games. Of course, we knew they only had to win one of the next four games. It's been two straight wins for Boston, including last night's victory at home. So, what do you do here now? If you have an interest in the Celtics, why would you even consider laying 3 points in the next game when you could take plus $1.25 for them to win the series? Now, granted, they could go back home and lose, but they're going to be a monster favorite in Game 7. They're going to be look. They were 8.5 point favorites last night for the most part. Eight.
Sure.
They'll probably be 8 again. I would imagine something very close to that. They might even be more if they come out and really beat Miami in the next game. So I don't know how people want to approach it necessarily with two games to play, but there does seem to be a little bit of uh, dichotomy in the betting line at this point that is a bit perplexing.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought the game yesterday was pretty perplexing. I thought the Heat would definitely cover an 8 point spread. I keep going back to our game day pick show yesterday. I know Latifah was there, but you get to listen to Tony a little bit, say, hey, what's going on? If we're just looking at this series, Vegas, why is this line so crazy as well? So it has a lot to do with it. For me, I was pretty surprised with the way that they handled the Heat here. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out the next couple. I still think the Heat gets it personally, but again, the tides have turned a little bit.
Yeah, and funny thing is, another thing about yesterday's game, despite the fact that they won and covered, you want to say convincingly, but let's remember it was like really garbagey rare at the end, and all they needed was a 3 pointer to cover the spread. Miami
Right.
covered the spread when they had no business covering the spread at all in that game. I mean, it was a fitting result for Boston to get the money. No matter what we said as our pick, I'm just speaking now as um, the fact that Boston went out and kind of dominated the game and had the huge lead, as many as 22 points. Yet with a minute to go, the game was a 10-point game, and only the fact that Miami had already, or Boston definitely had put in all of their reserves, and Miami had a lot of guys out there too that when you have Robinson out there, he's still a threat, but they chuck up a last shot. I don't even think it might have side rimmed, whatever. But and then Boston added a field goal and makes it look even a little bit more than what Miami had was almost the equivalent of a backdoor cover.
Right.
So we'll see, and we'll see what we do together in the next game, and go from there. But nonetheless, I just think it's interesting that you know I think Miami for the most part. You guys tell me in the chat too. What does your book have as far as the favorite to win the series now is concerned? Because I think that that's kind of what we're looking at as far as uh, you know the next game. Boston's a 3-point favorite. The total finally did go down, Minnie, and I had the under as a premium yesterday
Of course.
in that game. But now we know the next game is 2-11. Now it is game 6. So, okay, so maybe I got this one right a little bit, but I thought it would steadily go down. And I don't know, yesterday didn't, even though kind of flirted a little bit with a little bit of pace towards the end, but these games are really just stopping to a certain extent as playoff games do in the fourth quarter. So you look at the futures right now at most books. It's funny. Yeah, the Nuggets, they're still the favorite to win, but Boston, is favored more to win the championship over uh, Miami. So that's the funny thing. Miami's favored to win the series approximately $1.45 at most books. If you look at the futures to win the NBA title, Boston has a
Still,
better chance than Miami. So really, most sharp bettors are going to find ways to take advantage of this and actually bet on both teams. That's what I'm getting at, Mindy. In this one, uh, uh, you can find a way to kind of hedge a little bit if you would, and that's what.
sure.
Look, I'm not telling anybody to do something. You love to gamble. That's why we pick a side, right? But you can find spots. One of the things you talk about professional bettors, and who is a professional bettor? How do you win at professional betting? I mean, really, a lot of my time is spent taking little tiny bets all game long in some of these games. You can't sell picks like that. That's what we're doing here is different than what professional bettors might do to make money. And a lot of times that's what you know professional bettors do. Has very little to do with what you and I do here with our premium picks and all that. It's kind of looking for edges, for middles, arbitraging. It's not necessarily the same game as what other people are playing. And when you have people talking about, hey, I just I'm getting banned from this book and whatnot, because they're taking big bombs and everything. But maybe scraping is the way to make a little money here and there. I don't know what you guys want to do. Let's say hello to everybody, Mindy. I don't even know what I'm talking about necessarily, but I think if you look deep into it, if you like the Celtics, you have to be on them to win the series. I would think because they should go back and be a free roll almost. We saw Miami win in Boston, of course. That's why we're in this situation. So I don't know. Let's say hello to some people and maybe get their comments and try to fix what I just said because I don't even know what I said. But
I can follow it. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
I think everybody can. I'm usually better at it. Explaining things. Okay, what? I did see Latifa yesterday. It was so good to see her in there, and she's working or whatever. I didn't hope she didn't quit us and everything. So, like most women in my life, they just quit me after a while. Here's Latifa. Oh, great to have her. Okay, Curtis was here as well today. Timmy Ray, Ziggy here. He's already sent out his tweet within the last hour. I saw it. Now, I didn't look at the plays, but I'm sure we'll get them here. Bionic here today. And who else we got? Thomas is here. And we just got baseball. Like I said, baseball, WNBA. Blake, hello. That girl's here. That girl. Verly. And Tyrone, hello. Solo here. Uh-oh. Solo got spanked, and that's not a good thing. Fernando here today. And who else? All right. I think that might be it for the moment. Let's go over Rodney. Hello, Rodney. Well, we got to get that script issued to us here.
You're right. I feel out of the loop.
All right, let's go over to tonyspicks.com and take a look at our premium picks on that girl. Yeah, we got to figure out which way it's rigged, and that would help. Okay, let's go over to tonyspicks.com. Well, we got 3 dozen in here. Maybe we get a few more before we start the rapid fire picks. That's the main part of the show, with you folks in the chat giving us your picks here. So, Nick Vartini on top of the handicapper leaderboards yesterday. There's Ralphie Riddles. He had one play and he won it. Morning's team. There we are, Mindy. Another winning day. It's hard, see you talk about the slow grind in there. That's kind of what we're doing right now. It feels like
Yeah.
we're having quite a few winning days over the last 2+ weeks. I don't want to say unfortunately. It's great to win. It just seems like we get small win every day. Small win every day. That's good. That's good. That's great. But it is, and it's consistent. So that's good too. Love to win 11-0 and not 6-5. But well, what are you going to do? We'll take it. And Collins there 3-2, and the VIP account was 4-3. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and get our premium picks. Those are our best picks. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages from all of our crew. Tim Irwin 16-9 over the last 7 days, leading the way, leading the group there of profitable cappers. And over the last month, it's Ralph Raymond on top, 1,200 units to lead the site. We've added a couple new cappers on the site as well, so we'll get to know them in the weeks ahead as we almost get to the grind of the baseball season. But we still got a few more playoff games left. Yeah, you're right, bummer, no action tonight in there. You mentioned Mindy to me before. Yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights did not get it done. Very good game. Anybody could have taken that one, I guess, as it went to another overtime. Talked about it, right? All these games
Right.
going into overtime. I didn't talk about, tough because you can't sell this type of information or anything. But once the game, I mean, look, we're on Vegas, right? We have that as a premium. It feels like, oh boy, this thing's going to overtime again. So what happens there is all of a sudden I'm pounding regulation tie for the last 5 minutes of the game. God, give me the tie, give me the tie, give me the tie, towards the end. And, another one that goes overtime. And I did have a premium on the over. It felt like it could have gone over after 2 periods, but it did stay under. So good game there with VGK and Dallas. And, of course, Florida just waiting, kind of like the Nuggets are for their opponent. All right. Let's look at our premium picks, see who's got anything loaded up so we can promote them a little bit before we get back to saying hi and get with our rapid fire picks. Well, welcome to the morning steam, by the way. I'm your host, Ramon Scott, with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahne. She's going to give us her handicaps and her picks in just a moment. I'm going to agree or pivot. Let's take a look here with packages available today over on the website. Daniel's got a 3-pack of MLB winners ready to go. We start weekend series for the most part. A couple series got underway, but full slate here. Tony T, a 3-pack also in Major League Baseball. And Nick Bartini, he's got a 5-pack there in baseball tonight. See over here on the pick ticker, Mindy. I've got
tennis. Look at that.
Yeah, I got a tennis match coming up here from some. I'm in action right now in 2 matches. I got a overnight 3-pack here. As I've stayed out of action for most of the week. There's been so many with the French Open next. Qualifying is underway this week, but we've seen a lot of default, like a lot of retirements. We saw even a DQ. I don't know if you saw anybody see Michael Eimer this week, Mindy, in one of his matches a couple days ago. He gets a bad call or, questions a call. This is Michael Eimer. And he, wins a point, comes over, he was mad at the official because he didn't come down and look at one of the, how they come down on the clay and they point to the mark and they're like, oh, it's this mark here. And you're like, what is it really? But he takes his racket and smashes it against the umpire's big chair, breaks it into pieces, and was disqualified. That's it. You're done. You can't do that. You can't.
Yeah, obviously.
Rack. So we've seen disqualifications. We've seen a lot of retirements. People want to be, kind of ready for the French Open. So I've got a play there if you want to pick it up. It says for $25. That's what it is. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout if you're interested in that match. Or I had a 3-pack. I'm not trying to make buy my pick for $25. Could have a 3-pack for $30, and I'm ahead on one of them right now. Looking pretty good. The other one's a little bit more shaky, but let's take a look at some more. Say hi to a few more. That's it over at Tony'sPicks.com for now. We'll come back a little later maybe and see what's going on. I want to say Takia's here today. And Rodney talking about that. Talking more, Gabe Vincent maybe is that big. It doesn't feel like it. I mean, they've been able to navigate their way without the guards, if you will, and other guys have stepped up, but maybe if you just don't have enough of them, I'm not sure. Sir Betsalot is here. Yeah. Sir Betsalot, I didn't apologize for that one, huh? I think that's it. All right. Nice having you. Okay. The Nopi Classic. Thank you, Nopi Classic. We will have WNBA previews here. Lassie Love is here today. Matt D. And Blake. Yeah, I thought I had some decent college baseball plays. Gave him 2 out in the 2-1, I think, in my Discord plays there, Mindy. And the one we had on the show was a push. I think I said over 12, Wake Forest at Pitt, and it finished 12. But gave out in the Discord, LSU Arkansas under. That went under. Also in the Discord. Thought we had one other play in there that won. I've already seen the match. Oh, it was Oklahoma and Texas Tech over 14.5. I think they went to for 19 runs. And I've already looked at the matchups today, so I want to be ready to go on those. I hope we get a chance to play those in our packages, but it's just been very inconsistent, actually.
Yeah, sometimes the lines are up for us to play on Tony's site. Sometimes they are not.
And I don't know what JD, did I miss something last night about I thought, did you watch?
I watched it. I didn't see
late in the game, though. The young shortstop of the A's, a great heads up. You can appreciate the play, right? The pop fly in the infield with the fast runner at first base, purposely dropping the ball, getting the force out. Now, they eventually scored the 3rd run, so but I don't care. It's still a great play because all of a sudden it put Ty France at first base, and the next play was a gapper, and he had to stop at 3rd. The other runner would have easily, because Ty France almost,
got it. Yeah, right.
I was like, gosh, they could send him home, and I'm like, yeah, they can't send Ty France home. So it didn't work out, but it was a great play by the heady shortstop there. I'm trying to think of the kid's name on the A's, doing a good job there. All right, FKD's here. Good morning. Thurman Hill here today. CTG coming over from Japan. And C. James here today. Oh, okay, yeah. Did Sears come out? And yeah, the A's had those 2 runs early. I'm not going to stick on 2 years. Yesterday, I had a premium on Seattle run line after I explained it. Oh, we've got to. Why aren't we on Seattle every time if they're not minus 400? Because of this record setting. We've seen it now, the 4th worst start in Major League history. And again, if you're winning, only 20% of your games, the line in an average matchup should be in my, tell me if I'm wrong. Bring all your sports math, all your metric people in here. They should be on average minus 400. And if they're not, that should be valued. Now, granted, I'm laying a run line, so Seattle did win the game, so no excuse. But there's money line. Thanks to money line, I just want to say I'm sure he saw it. He made, he couldn't make the show, Mindy, but he went in and put his picks under the, in the YouTube. And
Nice.
thank
Okay.
you, Moneyline. So he checked in. He couldn't make the show, but he came in with the picks. Just want to acknowledge that
Thank
from
you. Yeah.
Moneyline Mills. All right, let's get ready to go here. Mindy's ready. I'm ready. We got Major League Baseball today. We've got a Friday Cubs game. So that should make everyone happy. All right, let's get into it with the Cubs. In a good matchup here with the Reds. Oh, 7 UE 15. Bad graphics.
7 UE.
Which means one thing, I make a joke about the bad graphics, man, but when you see that 7 UE, that means windy innie. And probably 10 to 12 miles an hour blowing in here today. So we got a 7. And we'll see if we get any update from Butterscotch. But looks like a day we're expecting. The wind blowing in, typical Cubs game here. Could it go under and whatnot? I tried to go under yesterday because of the conditions and paid the price, and it went over.
Yeah, what were those Mets doing?
But now we got a new series here with the Reds coming in with green. Steele, a pretty big favorite. It's down a little bit. I want to say now, maybe $1.60 or so. And there has been a big shift on this total. It's now 7 over 15, maybe even 7 over 20 at some places. So the wind isn't deterring anything, but the wind is not changing. It's just maybe it's based on what we saw yesterday. Slightly into the over now.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one is, it's a tough one because Justin Steele has pitched so well. I think he's like, 6-1, 1.48 ERA here thus far. That would be on his splits at home. And then you have Hunter Green, a 4.21 ERA. But this Cubs team, to me, they've been struggling a little bit here at the plate. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and go with the Reds here on the run line, even though I know they're one of the worst road teams here. Still expecting a little bit more. I do think the Reds bullpen is a little bit better than how the Cubs are shaping up thus far. So I'm going to go ahead and take those Reds today on the run line, getting a run and a half here today.
All right. Mindy on the run line here with the Reds. It's just hard for me to want to back green. The number, they're not awful. I mean, I can, because they're the Reds and whatnot. And, Steele has good numbers, but the green and these Reds, they don't seem to get it done too much on the road. We saw, here's I'm That Girl has under as a lock here today. Blake, Cubs under first 5. Solo says Green gives up that long ball and he wants to go over. And, you're getting a great number, obviously. Everyone, I don't have to explain a 7 to anybody. But, again, I might have overestimated the wind now as I look at it here. 9 to 10 miles an hour, blowing mostly straight in or in from left field. Cubs should have a pretty good matchup against Green, certainly. And maybe the reverse is true, but I don't mind your play necessarily. On this one, Mindy. Boy, I guess I'm going to try to sneak it under the under. I'm going to try to keep it under here, and I'll go under.
The under.
Yeah.
Sneak it under the under.
Well, we're seeing plenty of support. Well, no, I think it's mixed as far as the chat's concerned with the under and over-under. Fernando under, Takia over, Bionic over. And Burley says under in the game. Tim Ray over.
Yeah, a lot of action on
Hey,
this.
Brett B. Brett B's here. Hi, Brett. Nice to have you. Have you been with us before? If not, welcome.
Yeah.
And I don't recognize Brett B's name, but he knows what's going on. Obviously, green hard to back. He likes the over. And Londo on the Cubs here on the money line. Oh, where was it? There it is. I like Cubs money line, he says. So, all right. Mindy's going to take Reds run line. I'm going to take the under, and we're underway with our baseball selections.
All right.
Well, they can't all be great games to preview. Here's the White Sox and the Tigers, with all due respect. Lance Lynn maybe starting to turn around a little bit. $1.45 favorite here on the road. That is up from, I saw an opener maybe as low as $1.35 ish, going up against Joey Wentz here. Total 8.5 now, over minus 115. It's shading higher.
Well, I was on the over yesterday on game day picks, and I'm going to go ahead and be on the over here again today. It's kind of going to be the same thing, right? We have, the White Sox bullpen. They tend to blow up quite a bit, 5.21 ERA. They've given up 100 earned runs thus far compared to only 74 here for the Tigers. I kind of feel like the Tigers are making their way back here a little bit. So I'm going to go over the total here today.
Yeah, the Tigers offense starting to maybe do something, at least waking up a little bit. So, Rocco's here today. Good to see Rocco. Ziggy likes the White Sox money line. Latifa on the White Sox. Londo wants to go over with you in this one, Mindy. Blake on the White Sox here. Lots of White Sox support in this one. Latif also says take the over. Bionic though says maybe don't sleep on the Tigers here. I'll take the Tigers on the run line plus a run and a half minus $1.35 today in this one. To me, Lynn, bit of a money burner so far this year. You've actually made a profit betting on Wentz. Not much, but
No, right?
Tim Ray, White Sox, though, here today on the money line. I guess you guys, I'm taking the run line, so.
Both can happen, right?
Yeah. All right, you guys, your plays are in. Mindy's on the over. I'm on the Tigers on the run line. Okay, now we're talking. Here's the Dodgers and the Rays. Could it be a World Series preview?
Right? It could be.
Syndergaard on the road. Jalen Beeks here. And the Rays favorite $1.20, 9 over 15. Steam came in on the under reportedly, but this one's back to kind of sneaking over here again all of a sudden at 9.5 over 15. Big total.
Yeah. So with this one, it's one of those that whenever we have Syndergaard on the mound, I feel like the Dodgers tend to struggle a little bit. I like the Dodgers here today against Beeks here. He has allowed a .468 slugging percentage versus this Dodgers team. His K rate's a little bit lower for Beeks. I just am hoping that Syndergaard has a decent outing. I think the Dodgers can score enough runs here to keep with this Rays team. And then it's kind of funny because we think of the Dodgers bullpen as not being so great, but neither is the Rays, right? They're within a tenth of a point difference here in ERA. The Rays bullpen has given up more home runs. They've given up more earned runs. I think this one does kind of come down to the late innings. I'm going to go ahead and take the Dodgers today.
All right, Mindy on the Dodgers here with Syndergaard on the road. The Rays are pretty good at home. They're pretty good, period. We know the Dodgers are pretty great, too. So I think that's what kind of, a great matchup. I'll take 9.5 is a lot of runs. Oh, I see it's 9. Let me check this, Mindy. I think I've got this a little bit wrong. Ziggy does have over 9.5, but I'm going to look at this right here now. And, I'm showing, well, there are certainly some 9.5 unders, but there's no 9.5 overs. So I'm going to try to be fair to myself a little bit. I am going to adjust the line here at least to 9.5 under. But there's definitely 9 overs to be had, plenty of them out there. Whether or not that, probably because of what I'm talking about with that, there was some steam that came in on the under with this game. So I'm showing right now both of the books that we kind of follow and need to use to put our picks in are at 9 over, but some square offshore shops are at 9 under. But some of the larger books not. So I would say it's mostly 9. I'm going to grade myself at 9.5. I'm going over, but I will say to everyone that if you have probably 2 books, and maybe if you have more, we do advise it always to have multiple outs. And we know recreational bettors sometimes don't, but nonetheless, maybe you can even buy it down and get somewhat of an equal price. I'm going to go over. I'm going to grade myself at 9.5, but you can get 9, and I'm going to go over in this game today. So, let's get the chat in here. This is only a pretty nice game. I know there's a lot of comments.
You're right.
This is the game of the day. It looks like, in a way, with the schedule the way it is, right? Here's Londo on the Rays. This is going to go both ways, you think? Ziggy on the over. Brett's on the Rays. Thank you again, Brett, for coming. Latifa, Tampa Bay and over. Blake, Rays and over. Fernando on the Rays. Oh, looks like the Rays. I'm going to say, Mindy, they're going against you a little bit here, but not totally. Matt wants over, but JD says he really likes the under. And I'm glad for that 9. I, kind of like it even more a little bit. I'm going to have to give it out here right now because I'm not sure I can go, get on the Dodgers. One thing I do, if I don't put a play out or anything, and I dislike, I don't want to say use a bad, hateful word, but sometimes I put a little money on the Dodgers and ease my pain. Solo says Dodger plus money, sign me up. Takia on the under. Man, this one's all over the place. Burley Dodgers money line and run line. All right, Minnie, we'll find something. But you're on the Dodgers here. I'm going to take the over. And this should be a good one tonight. There's another pretty decent game, no doubt, with the Rangers and the Orioles right now. Keep talking about these Orioles. Just great job again last night. Mindy, how about it?
Yeah, taking out the Yankees again.
I had them on the show here. I did have a premium on the under. I know we kind of were going against each other on that one, but still, the Orioles, what can you say? We know the Rangers are hot as well, especially with those bats. But again, I'll almost say no, look, all due respect to the Rays, to the Dodgers, all these teams. The Orioles, to me, they're as big of a story as the Rays right now, to a certain extent, with the way they're going. And I'm going to round this. Line up a little bit. To right now, down to $1.25, and the total 8.5 under 15.
I'm taking the Rangers today. I like John Gray, right where he's been. So that's how I'm going to go here today. His ERA is sitting right around 2 on that one. Rodriguez, he hasn't been very good here. Rodriguez has yet to throw a quality start. You also have here the Rangers have hit 25 home runs and 25 road games here this season as well. So I think that Gray keeps the Orioles off balance here today, taking the Rangers.
Yeah, Rodriguez doesn't go deep enough to get a quality start, it seems like sometimes, but they definitely win with him in there. But I'm going to agree with you, Mindy, in this one. I'm going to try the Rangers here, even against these Orioles. They're looking so good right now. I'm going to try the Rangers with you on the road. John Gray's done a nice job, no doubt about it. Let's see what we got here from the chat. Londo on the Rangers, Fernando Rangers, Latifa Rangers. Curtis likes the over. I found this one to be kind of tough on the total right now. Fernando under, Ziggy over. See? Hard to go against Baltimore. I'm going to do it today with Mindy. Brett says under, Ziggy over. Every time you get an under, you get an over.
Right.
Texas first five for Blake. Bionic on the Rangers. Here's CTG with the sushi play of the day. Mindy, sushi.
I've never been one to, enjoy sushi. I mean, give me tempura, but I haven't had the liking to the sushi yet. I keep trying.
Burley on the Rangers. Solo says, how about Orioles run line plus money, big time. Takia on the under here. Glad you guys are having opinions on the total, and I maybe can find something later, but not right now. I'm going to take the Rangers here. We're on the money line here, right, Mindy?
That is correct.
Yeah, plus $1, maybe $1.50, maybe $1.10, whatever. It's a little bit of plus money here.
Right.
I know it's tough to go against these Orioles. Don't forget, Rangers doing pretty well as well. Another good matchup here today. So let's take the Rangers. Well, the Padres, and see, this is a type of game, Mindy, yesterday where, the talent will eventually kind of win out sometimes. They definitely didn't necessarily deserve to win that game, but they did. Have a little bit more hitting in the end than the Nationals, so they're going to win some games here and there. But I'm a little troubled by this one. Musgrove, people are kind of critiquing him a little bit for not fulfilling his early expectations. I would say that he still could be a little bit troubled by his toe injury, that maybe he's not getting a full push off, whatever. But the Padres to be favored on the road here. We did see the pitching change, of course, with the Yankees from Severino to this pitcher, Vasquez, who's going to be making his major league debut in this one. So maybe that's why we're in this situation with the Padres, a slight favorite here. But I have a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the Yankees. It looks like they're getting, plus a run and a half here, I believe, sitting at about minus 150, 160. I'm going to take the Yankees here on the run line. I don't really know too much about this pitcher. It's kind of more based off of the bats and how they've been going. I like the Nationals, in that game yesterday. The Nationals left bases loaded a couple different times with no outs. Like you said, just didn't get the hits at the right time. And then, somehow started to make the comeback where they tied it up and then went ahead. And then again, let it go on the 3-run bomb there at the end. But for me, I think the Padres are still struggling. I thought it was interesting too, Ramon. You were talking about Tatis in right field, and all I did is see him, kind of, let the ball get by him there a couple times. So it was kind of like foreshadowing for that game there last night. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Yankees here today on the run line, minus about 160, only because I don't know too much about Randy Vasquez here, but I do like the hitting matchup in this one.
Vasquez, a 24-year-old Dominican, was signed in 2018. He's been strong in single A, double A, and he was nearly a top 10 prospect for the Yankees. Last season was spent all at double A with an ERA close to 4. This year, it's Columbus, 9 starts, 4.85 ERA in 42 2/3 innings, 25% K rate, 46% ground ball rate, but walking 11% of the batters. So we're in this situation because of Domingo Germán being suspended. So he'll be back into the rotation, and this is just a chance for this young man to get a chance here to make a start, and they'll be back to the regular rotation with Cole, Cortez, Severino, Schmidt. Who else am I? Is that all of them? I'm trying to think. Anyways, Mindy, I was willing to take him here on the money line, but if you want to take run line, that's okay by me. I'll join with you here and take the Yankees. I can't see the Padres being a road favorite. And the thing about Tatis, what I was talking about is, learning a new position. And this is a kid, I don't know why that the Padres are so concerned about, they want to protect his. You can get injured just as easily in the outfield as you can in the infield. I don't think there's any more risk at shortstop than outfield. Tell me if there is. I don't know. But, he makes up for misplaying balls by being able to run fast and catch up and stick his glove up at the last minute. Kind of looks like me out there. Okay, let's see here. Here's Ziggy. Make sure Londo sometime. I don't know. Let me see. 9, he said. Maybe Londo likes the over here. Maybe it was the other game. I'm not sure. Blake on the Yankees. Under here for JD. Yankees definitely, putting up a lot. It's weird how the slugging Yankees end up producing so many unders, particularly at home. Yankees run line for Burley. Here's an under for Bionic, and Brett might go over, though, today. I'll take the Yankees with Mindy for our second premium consensus.
There we go.
The Cardinals will take on the Guardians, and apparently the Guardians don't have a pitcher. Boy, that's going to be tough. Are they going to just put a machine out there? It's Justin Bieber, by the way. I'll update that while Mindy previews the game. The Guardians are a slight favorite here at $1.15, and the total is 8 under 20.
Yeah, it's been one that I like how St. Louis is going. The Guardians, to me, are kind of a trending under team, but I like the Guardians pitching a little bit better today here, versus the Cardinals. Cardinals also struggled a little bit with interleague games here thus far. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Guardians here today, Ramon. I'll take them on the money line.
All right, Mindy taking the Guardians with Bieber is our official pitcher, certainly, and Bieber's been it costs some money. If you've been betting Bieber so far, no problem. I'm not telling Mindy not to do it. They are going against Liberatore, who has made just one start. He was a pretty big underdog in that start, and the Cardinals, did win that game. But still, man, $1.15 is starting to look pretty attractive to a certain extent, I would think here. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one. We got the cards here for Verley. Latifa will lean to the under. Londo likes the under as well. I said Justin Bieber.
You did say Justin. I thought everyone was going to let it slide, but since Ziggy brought it up, I was like, yes, you did say Justin Bieber.
Baby, okay. I only know the old songs. I don't even know. Guardians for Ziggy, Bionic for Cleveland. Sorry, Shane.
Yeah. I know. I was going to do that, but then I was like, I was going to be like, I thought Shane Bieber was pitching today.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Mario going under 8 to Kia on the Cardinals. We'll say hello to Alan Smetana joining us today.
Hello.
JD, you know what? I want to look at this because I did see the screen lighting up there. Let me take a look at this one. This total is down to 8. Boy, one book's starting to move a little bit higher. I mean, it definitely has been a gradual move to the under. We see a lot of unders with Cleveland because of that offense, obviously. Thurman on the Cardinals, and Brett on the under here as well. All right, but man, I'm gonna go over. I'm afraid here, you guys. I'm going over. A lot of unders with the Guardians, but for me, it's going to be over with the Cardinals and the Guardians today. I want to call them the guards, like cards and guards,
Cards and guards.
stars and bars. All right, Mindy on the Guardians. I'll take the over. Should be a good series here with the Phillies and the Braves. Now we saw them yesterday. I had a premium pick on the Braves, Mindy. I know you and Tony were touting the Phillies with Nola, but I don't know. I thought Dodd, look, just a young pitcher, is not proven anything yet. And he didn't necessarily in yesterday's game. The Braves needed late runs, and they got it done. But here we have a Walker and Schuster. And they have some hopes for Schuster, certainly. He's getting some important starts here. High leverage situation has not been too terrific so far. Give us the lowdown.
Yeah, it's one of those that, the Braves team, they're really familiar with Walker here. It's been a .348 career batting average here team-wise, versus him, .423 on base percentage there. Again, it's going to be the Phillies' first look at Schuster, kind of like you said. I think Schuster's kind of showed some improvement. It's just going to depend on if this Phillies team can hit the ball here today. I think it's one of those that the Braves probably aren't going to have too much trouble. I think this total goes over today. That's how I'm going to look at this one.
Yeah, sorry I screwed us there a little bit, but this one definitely is, 10 pretty much everywhere now, I believe. Let's take a look. Across the board. In fact, it's juice to the over. So, we're paying the steam came in on the over. And, we're going to have to pay a little tax here, I'm afraid. But I'm going over with you. I agree that we have to go over 10, but I think we should do it. See plenty of overs right now with the Braves. Let's take a look at what the chat has to say in this one. Here's Londo likes the Phillies on the money line. Bionic is on the Braves. And Ziggy on over 9.5, over 10. Yeah, I've got to do it 10. That's okay. Not many on this game, I guess, but I'm on it with Mindy over 10 runs. Okay. Next up, the Giants on the road. We had them yesterday on the show, Mindy. Good job. We
did.
The Giants
until 5 o'clock to get a line out there.
And here they're coming in with Wood, who's been pretty profitable so far. Going up against Peralta. The metrics don't look that great on Peralta, but they're still a favorite here. Brewers $1.30. The total is about 8 flat.
Oh, well, goodness gracious. I think I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here. I feel like the Giants may be hitting a little bit of stride here versus this Brewers team. The Giants, I think, hit righties well enough here in this one for this one to get over today. That's how I'm going to go ahead and look, taking the over.
All right, Mindy wants to go over. Yeah, the concern is, of course, the Brewers against. It's not the Giants against the right-handers. It's the Brewers against the left-handers that makes it kind of difficult. But I am going to agree with Mindy here in this one. I think that steam under kind of at least gives us a little bit of leeway here with at 8. Does feel a little bit uncomfortable because the Brewers are pretty bad against left-handers. There's just no other way around it.
214 batting average.
Oh boy!
Come here, yo. She's scratching my leg. She wanted up here.
And I'll do that with you. I'll go over 8. It's going to be tough to buck that statistic, but I've got it at 8. I'm not sure I can pass. Let's see here. Brewers here for Bionic. I think Ziggy says over 8. And over for Verley as well. The Steam came in on the under. That works for me. And Michael Thompson says he likes the over in this one as well. So we do got some support for us.
Right. Good.
And yeah, that's the key. We're definitely going to need that production, a little bit of production from the Brewers against Wood. I was going to check real quick and see. You mentioned that average. At least Wood 4.82 ERA in his last 5 starts. All right, now Brewers have gone over in 3 straight Peralta starts. All right, doesn't feel totally comfortable, but I just can't pass now that it's down to 8. Here we go with the Blue Jays and the Twins. These are all pretty good, man. Pretty good series here, especially Gausman. With Gausman on the road, maybe he's not terrific yet. $1.50, total 8 under 20. Louis Barland for the Twins.
I'm going to go ahead and go under the total here today in this one. It's kind of one of those, I think both teams have kind of been struggling a little bit here. The offense has not been so great here for the Twins. Toronto has struggled a little bit here. You can see them having a little bit of trouble with runs versus the Rays in that series. I'm going to go under the total here today, Ramon.
Mindy goes under with the Blue Jays and the Twins. I've got the Blue Jays are on a big time funk right now. We know that they've won just 2 of their last 11 games. Can this be a matchup where they could kind of get it going a little bit? Barland, 3.12 ERA in his last 3 starts, winning 2 of those games. Minnesota 15-10 at home. But I'm gonna trust Gausman here with the Blue Jays. I don't think I could give this out as a premium. I'm going to have to do it on the show here. Gausman, if you bet him every game, you're losing 4 out of every $10 you put on Gausman so far this year. But I don't think that's going to phase me at this point. I'm going to try the Blue Jays today. Mindy's on the under in this one at 8. And the chat. Let's see what the chat is going to be doing. Gausman. Oh, here's a prop from Brett. Thank you. Ziggy, Blue Jays, money line, Allen on Toronto. So it's going to be a lot of Toronto support, maybe with Gausman, huh? Fernando on a lock here in that one. And I'm that girl. I don't know what that lock is. Am I missing it? I don't want to. Oh, with Blue Jays. Thank you. Boy, get your head out of the gutter. And Verley says Minnesota and Takia on the under here with you. So Verley is the contrarian here in this one with the Twins. Solo says Jays as well. And all right. I don't want to wait for this night card here. Especially with this one, Mindy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to talk about it.
That's the deal.
All right, we'll talk about it until the streak is over. Everyone knows he's made 10 starts, and the Royals have lost all 10 games. Patrick Corbin, the laughing stock early. If you bet on him every time, you're a winner so far this season, Mindy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that Corbin, I don't know, he's been turning in a few quality starts here as of late. I think neither of these bullpens are are very good. Both almost 5 ERAs here in the bullpen. You got Corbin here 4.77 ERA, Jordan Lyles 5.18. I'm gonna go over the total here today, Ramon, in this one.
Okay. Mindy with the over, Nationals and Royals. Well, you got Nationals have gone over in 4 of their last 6 games. Lyles has been, we try to cut him some slack, but it's just not getting any better, right? I mean, his last 3 starts, a 10 ERA. That should say right there all we need to know. Total's 9. He's given up 10. He won't be in there the whole time, of course, but I'll agree with you. Let's do it. We're getting it at 9 still.
There we go.
Yeah, we're getting it at 9. Gonna have to trust the bats. See what the chat has to say. Want to say hello to Max. So we did that one. Max, just go back to the start of this segment, and we talked about the Cubs and the Reds. Maybe we could just, well, it was a premium, I would say, but go back and look at that one. Here's Londo, Nationals run line. Ugh, that doesn't feel kind of $1.75, $1.80. Latifa on the over with us. Solo liking the Royals here. Ziggy on the Nationals. Latifa will be on the over with us. Here's Fernando's got it as a lock.
All right.
Bionic on the Nationals. Michael on KC. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. I'm going too fast here. Michael on the over. Takia on the Royals. Burley Nationals. Fernando Nationals. Definitely a little bit of a conflict here on the side, it looks like. Oh, this is interesting, I think. Let me see. Every time the Royals are favored this season, they lost. Is that true? Is that true?
Probably.
I've got to look at that now. I'm not going to question Ziggy, but did the A's beat him too?
Yes, they did, because that was one of those like, can the Royals beat the Rays or the A's? And the answer was no.
What is 0 versus
I think they were like minus 140 that day.
Yeah, Corbin 9 2/3 scoreless innings in his 2 games against Kansas City. Here's Curtis with a team total over for the Nationals. Well, that works for us too. So, all right, I got to just see it real quick. Maybe we'll move on. Royals is a favorite, huh? And these numbers are always kind of 0-5. Wow. Okay, better make a note of that. I really want the hard to take the Nationals. I know this one was funny. This for such a bad game, it certainly has some intrigue statistically.
Right.
There's another interesting game. You got Max here on the road, but a huge favorite for Max. $1.95, 11 over 20.
Well, I mean, I feel like I got to go ahead and take it under in this one. The Rockies, I don't know if you watched that one yesterday, Ramon, but I had the under in that one. They had a total of 5 runs to start the top of 9, and they wound up, scoring 13 total. So I thought I had an easy victory there, and turned out not so much. But I kind of feel like, I think the Rockies have the better splits at home. I just think it's one of those that when you come up against Scherzer, it's going to be a little bit tough. I think it's going to go under the total today.
Yeah, Mindy, we both were premium in that game. I got to be, I was running a little bit of an errand there. I thought it was a winner. I stopped watching it to a certain extent. But there was 1-1 or whatever, 2 to whatever. They put 4 runs in the 8th, 4 runs in the 9th.
Yeah.
Both teams putting up 4 runs late to sail that one over the total, and that one left me steaming a little bit.
Right. I lost 3 yesterday in the 9th inning, so I was like, wah wah wah.
I'm so steamed. What did you say on this game?
On this game, I said under the total. I'm going to try
Oh.
it again, going under there in the Rockies.
All right, Mindy will try. I don't know if I can do it. I might be a little gun shy here in that one. I'll take the Rockies on the run line. Of course, I'll take the Rockies on the run line. I don't know. It's kind of been interesting so far with Seabold. I don't think anybody's gonna, you know, try to sell you on this guy yet at this point, but could do worse than betting on Seabold so far in his starts. Take a look at these numbers. Look, he's been bad, 7.5 ERA, but they've won 3 of those 4 games. So can they get to max today? Colorado 6-2 in their last 8 at home, and the Mets. Well, maybe they're getting it. I don't know. Mets are pretty enigmatic for sure. I'll take the Rockies on the run line. What am I getting here at plus $1.05 at least, maybe even $1.10. There's lots of opinions on this game, and I want to say Londo has the Rockies run line. All right, Ziggy wants to go over, going against Mindy here. Fernando's calling it a lock on the money line. $2 tough for me to do here. Here's mostly because I think we know Max is awesome, but what does he do? He gives up homers, right? He gets outs. He gets plenty of outs. He's a great pitcher, but when he gives up the runs, he gives up homers. And Justin Millage, how you been, Justin? Good to see you. He wants the over here. He says Max will get rocked. Burley wants to go over. Takia's about done with baseball.
We're almost done.
She did make a pick on this game, though. She's kidding. She said, give me the Rockies. Rockies run line here. So I'm that girl says, do not do totals.
But
Rockies run line as a lock here. A lot of locks out there, C. James says. Right? I don't have any locks. I wish I did.
right.
All right, Mindy's on the under. I'm on Rockies run line here today. All right, Mindy. The Marlins are coming in to take on your Angels here with a pair of left-handers, Jesus Luzardo and Reed Detmers. Angels are $1.45. The total is it's gone down. The steam did come in on that under. Widely reported steam, yeah. 8-0 the total right now for the most part. Let me take a look. I want to see how much it dipped. We're mostly dealing with 8/20s right now. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that's because of this Marlins lineup that decided to put up about 8 or 9 runs yesterday, Ramon, it seems. No, I think it was 6 they put up, something like that. But yeah, I mean, Luzardo, though, has just gotten blown up on his road starts. And then you're coming up against Detmers that has not pitched well at home. So for me, I'm actually going to go over the total. I don't think this is going to be an under game. With the way that the Marlins came out firing yesterday, I think we're going to see some runs here today.
All right, Mindy's willing to take the over in this one. I'm just I'm going to need more investigation, I think, in this one. That's a high price to pay with Detmers against a profitable pitcher like Luzardo, but to me, this is going to be the day. I'm going to lay this price with the Angels tonight. I'm not going to be swayed by what you're saying about the Marlins because we know the offense has been pretty anemic, certainly, here. And Detmers has been giving it up, certainly. 7.36 ERA in his last 4 starts, but the Angels are hot. They've won 6 of 7, Mindy. They're starting to, they're avoiding that losing streak. Miami's lost 5 of their last 7 games. So I'm going to try the Angels here tonight, even at $1.45. I don't think it's the best price possible, so I'm not going to put it out as a premium or anything. And Okay, here. Oh, that's an angel. That's what that is. Okay. Angels lean. Darren's on the Angels. Bionics on the Angels. Ziggy's going to be with you, Mindy, and take the over. And, Brett says, give me a Lizardo K prop. You know, uh, what was it? I was hearing some information about some strong K props. I should have jotted it down. Actually, didn't include it in my research. Angels for I'm That Girl. All right. Want to just mention, I see him some big time movement here right now, coming in possibly on the under in that Cubs Reds game. And we did see the comment, did we preview it? I'll just go back and say that I think you're going to see some. This thing could dip to 7 flat. It might even dip to back to 7 under. I had mentioned how it had gone to 7 over, but over the last 5 minutes, I'm starting to see some heavy movement to the under in this game, Reds and Cubs. If you like the over, hang on, don't bet. If you like the under, get on it right this second. That's my advice on that. Okay. They're digging me right now on that. They're digging me on the under. Also, just moments ago, another one that was steamed, but not in my favor. They did steam that Cardinals Guardians game to the under. What was 8 when I talked about taking it on the over is now 7.5. So I'll get a better price, but the market's going against me. All right. Marlins and Angels there. Mindy's on the over. I'm on the Angels. All right. Here they are, the O's Athletics. Should be able to figure out the Athletics. I can't win. I know that. But they got a run line yesterday, and I tried to go run line Seattle. Again, I stand by my statement that in an average matchup, they would have to be, at least plus 300 to be a fair price. Anything else is pretty much a discount. There's no great pitcher on the decent pitcher on the A's where you can say, well, maybe this is their guy. I mean, Caprillion so far, with all of his experience, they've lost all 5 of his starts. Going up here against Brown 265-ish, 8.5 over 20.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these that we've talked about this previously, that for whatever reason, the A's like to play this Astros team, really tough. There's been lots of 1-run games in there. Again, it's one of those that the Mariners got the money, but 2 out of the 4, they did not get that run line. So I think it's going to be interesting, to see here in this one. Can the Astros get that run line today? I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and see. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and look to, the total going over here today. It's one of those that this A's team, they have been able to always, get 3 runs ish or so. I mean, they've been pretty consistent at that, even though they've been scoring more like 3.28, Ramon, over their last 5. But they give up more like 6.72 runs of offense. So I think the Astros probably do get this run line today. But I like over the total here better, just in case we get a little bit of, dip down from Hunter Brown here with the A's.
All right, Mindy here will take the over, and I'll be the one. I'll go back to the Astros run line, and I'll get off them on a premium, and I'll take them on the show here. I keep getting, when I go premium, they don't cover. When I go on the show, they cover. So let's do it on the show, and hopefully we get a win here. I know there's going to be plenty of Astros support, I would think. Let's take a look. Oh, thank you, C. James. That's exactly what it was. And we'll get to the Pirates game in just a moment. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot on that. Here's Londo Astros run line. And Justin Millage. I don't know. Is that the super run line?
The super run line, yeah.
Minus 2.5. Is that maybe what that means? Thomas Poston here today. Good to see Thomas again. He's here and he likes the Astros as well. And Ziggy is also taking that 2.5 here today. Brett says they'll lose 130 games this season. Ugh. I'm that girl says Astros are overrated. Gosh, how can they be? I mean, oh, hello to Freshco Bar. Nice to have you here. Have we met before? And if not, welcome to the show. And it looks like you know what goes on here at the morning steam. He's got the Astros big, he says here.
Astros big.
Yeah, that maybe that's what it is, Ziggy. They have their own kind of zigzag, if you will. They can't stand any prosperity, even when they come within a run, and then they get blown out. Here's Bionic Astros run line. Takia is going to go on the over with you, Mindy. Michael Thompson. Everyone's just taking the Astros run line, it looks like. So I'm no expert on this, right? It's just easy. It's the Astros.
Right.
Okay. Justin, be careful. Houston on the. I don't know if it just typed it in something straight. They are on the road here. This is in Oakland, and I'm that girl. I don't know why everyone says Astros. Well, I don't know.
It's more like the A's.
More like the A. That's what I was going to say. It's more like the A. And again, I got burned yesterday trying to go premium yesterday, and Mindy, we did try to take the over on the show yesterday, and obviously just 3 runs produced by Seattle. So, right, throw them in a parlay, whatever. And Justin said, because if it is in Oakland, it'll just go over here. And I'm that girl says that maybe this is the day for the Athletics. Great. Hey, here's the thing I would say, though, to I'm that girl, who's been a great contributor. But like I said, with my whole premise now to this whole thing, right? If you're winning 20% of your games, then every game should be minus 400. So if you're not getting at least plus 300, 325, especially against, we can make fun of the Astros a little bit. They're still a World Series front runner, one of the top teams in baseball, no doubt about it. But, they'd have to be, the price is just too low to me still. With the way this Oakland team in a, record setting, you're terrible. They're setting records for being bad. So the price is not good enough. Okay, Mindy is on the over. I'll take Houston run line. And that's from someone who kind of remember my statement. Well, I've been trying to get too cute with the A's, and maybe that's what happened again yesterday. Okay, here's the Tigers are back. Wait, this is what am I doing here? This isn't right. I've got the Greinke game back from yesterday.
Oh, all right.
How did that get there?
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Oh, Red Sox. There we go. Red Sox and Diamondbacks. All right, Sale on the road here, minus $1.35 now. The move maybe is to Arizona. The total 8.5, juice to the over now. 8.5 over 20. So let's call it 135. 8.5 over 20.
I was going to look to the Diamondbacks on the run line here today. You have Brandon Pfaadt. He's been doing okay. Maybe he relies a little bit, too much on his fastball, right? Got to make sure you place it right or you get it knocked out of the park. And you can't do that here against this Red Sox team because we know that they've been actually performing pretty well offensively. I don't know. Do they call Chris Sale their ace at a 6 ERA? I'm not so sure. But I think the Diamondbacks here can hit well enough to win this one. They're averaging 5.13 runs of offense compared to the Red Sox 4.42 over their last five. And then you got two pitchers here with pretty big ERAs. I think the Diamondbacks here can stay in this one.
Mindy will take the Arizona Diamondbacks. They've been my darling of late, haven't they? And they've been doing a great job. And Brandon Vought's been a pretty profitable pitcher so far. Sale actually has done so as well. Hey, Gigi Virgil says maybe a over first inning here. I don't know. We don't do too many Yerfies and Nerfies ourselves. Anybody in the chat want to give? I will say though, Mindy, your favorite pitcher Jordan Lyles is 9-1 in those 10 games to the Yerfie.
Yes, run first inning.
Justin says Arizona run line here. You said money line though for you, right?
No, I said the run line for me.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
The RL, yep.
Make it correct here. That's at what? Oh, minus $1.40-ish or so. Takia on the over here. And here's Londo Red Sox. And I'm that girl says, I can't do this game trying to out. This is a bad, yeah. It's probably, it's a good game, but maybe it's a bad game, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Feels like a good game anyway, Red Sox and Diamondbacks right now. Justin says the Boston Bats are cold. Bionic Red Sox lean to the Diamondbacks for I'm that girl. Burley, Arizona run line, and Brett maybe rooting for a K-prop. We're not sure, but I'll take the under in this one, Mindy. I'm going to go under for sure, actually. This is premium here with me, I think. I like this under, especially now 8.5 juice to the over. Boy, I've got the under in this one. Mindy is on the Diamondbacks run line. All right. Last baseball game, and yeah, it's that Keller show. Boy, Mitch Keller. What's gotten into Mitch Keller? Earlier in the season, I maybe did him unfair because Brad Keller's been okay too, for considering he's on the Royals and everything. But there's not much. Mitch Keller has been the man right now. It's looking pretty good. Going up against George Kirby here. Pirates and Mariners.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be a great pitching battle between a couple young players here. I think, like you had talked about it, both these pitchers have probably pitched above expectations here thus far. I do think it's going to be a low scorer here today. I'm going to go ahead and go under in this Mariners Pirates game here today. I like it. Going under.
All right. Yeah, it's under 7. Saw a 3-2 game last night there. So pitchers, like I said, yeah, these pitchers have been pretty good. Does scare me at 7. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm gonna try the Bucks here. What's the $1.65 on the run line? Ooh. Well, all right. I'm gonna play the run line here with the Pirates at minus $1.65. Maybe it'll be just a similar game to last night. Let's see here. Well, here's Londo right away. Pirates run line. Okay. It's not a great price. I'm going to sprinkle the money line, I think. I might just play the run. I can't say it like that. That'd be unfair. I'll play the run line here. Ziggy wants under with you for sure. Here's Bionic on the Mariners. And Brett, yeah. Got to take this K-prop. I think this is a very popular K-prop, but and I'd say get it now. I think the books are going to need to adjust. I think that's why we're seeing so much public talk about it early on. So get on it early if you like it. I'm that girl going under with Mindy. And Verley going to take that plus money with the Pirates. And see James team total over. Is that right? Oh, it's heavily juiced there. Actually, that's a pretty good price. 2.5 minus $1.40. That's a real good price. I'd say get that now before that goes up. 2.5. That's
because it probably would be a 3.
yeah, it's downright scary in a way. Okay. All right, that's baseball. And unless anybody's got any more comments, we've got 2 in the W coming up right now, and then we'll be done for the week, the Monday through Friday week. We'll be back tomorrow, of course. Oh, see, James says it is moving now. See if that game is moving at all in general. Yeah. All right. We're back tomorrow, of course, but let's get to the W here in this one.
Off a good night, Ramon. Swept the board.
Good work. Yeah, good one. Yeah, no doubt about it, Mindy. We gave out on the show yesterday. Let's see, we gave out the Mercury. They were pretty much in control. The Lynx did mount a little bit of a comeback, and then they went cold, and Mercury pull away for the big victory. And then we had the Sparks, and it wasn't easy. They had a lead. They were covering the whole way. It got down to the end where they Aces had a chance to actually take the cover. So I'm going to stick with what I said about. Let me move on here to the lines today for the WNBA. So we talk about the WNBA. Here we go. So with just mention about the Sparks, Mindy, we both thought, and the line moved pretty significantly. I thought even down to as low as 12.5. I thought I saw there, but the Aces maybe just a tad bit overrated. Maybe the Sparks tad bit underrated. I don't think they're ready to challenge the Sparks or anything for the title, but they were in that game all the way until the end, which is a good sign for a team that is, facing a team in the same division that they're overmatched against, that maybe they could close the gap even further. I mentioned last night that Katie Lou Samuel, so she's obviously in the lineup yesterday, and she looked pretty good. And that was an error on my part. Apologize for that. I was calling her out of the game. So my bad, but good thing they had her. She played pretty well. All right, Mystics and Sky here in this one, Mindy, as we roll through the first couple of weeks of the season. This one, I don't know if this one catches you by surprise here. In fact, I think it's gone even higher here. But I don't know if this line is, different from when you went to bed anyway.
It is.
Right now it's now 5.5. And the total 158.5. The Mystics are taking massive money here. I'm going to check the injury report while you do your preview here but maybe the Mystics are just taking a bunch of money. The steam came in on the Mystics.
Yeah, and look at I'm that girl, right? How dare they make the Sky a dog? I'm taking the Sky today. I mean, I think maybe the Mystics here, they're more talented on paper, maybe the more talented roster, but they haven't really played all that well here the last 2 games, especially on the road. I think that the Sky being at home, that's going to help them. They're shooting 42%, allowing only 37% shooting. I think I like the Sky here today and the points.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's getting a little bit out of hand. I'm going to take the Sky with you, Mindy. How can I not? See what the chat has to say. This is just getting too far. I don't know. I'm looking to see the injury report. Cone is out for Chicago. Mabry is probable. And for the Mystics, Hines Allen is out. So, man, what am I missing? What am I missing? Chat, does the chat know what I'm missing? Let's take a look here. No, there's not. Maybe everyone's kind of just counting on us to come through with the WNBA picks. Not a lot of opinion. So we're going to continue to preview the WNBA on our show. Zordon's here for his first comment with the WNBA, so I got to like that. Steam came in on the over here, but Zordon says, give me the under 158.5. And I'm that girl on the Sky. Yeah. I don't know, Mindy. Well, we have to take them right now. And 5.5. In fact, I think most books are at 5, but we can get a juice 5.5, and I'm sure we'll probably end up taking it.
Yep.
So let's take the Sky. And
Next.
yep, the Wings and the Storm. And this is another mover here. This one is down to 5, and the total 163. So action coming in on the Storm here. They looked very bad. I'm not sure. I thought they looked pretty darn bad.
Very bad is an understatement, Ramon.
Yeah, well, I thought they might be. Look, losing Brianna Stewart changed the whole complexion of the team. We know that, but here this one opened 7. It's now 5.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their first one by 41. I mean, I know it was the Aces, but again, you talked about no Sue Bird, no Brianna Stewart. I think it's going to take some time for them to maybe find a little bit of identity here. Wings scored 85 in their first one here versus the Dream. I think the Wings are just the better team, and still I can see something solid from this Storm team. I like the Wings.
All right, yeah. What could you say? Laying a pretty decent price now too, for sure. So I think that's value on the Wings. So let's take them. Let's say we're going to be agreeing on both games against WNBA, and we were 2-0 yesterday. So why not?
Why
I
not?
like that. Mhm.
Right.
Let's see what the Wings for Takia. And all right, I think that's it. On that girl, I think Wings are better. Okay. Yeah. All right. Head on over to our website, tonyspicks.com, where you'll find our premium picks. Absolutely our best picks every day are over at tonyspicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all of our premium pick packages. On Friday, Mindy and I are going to get rolling on our premiums today. We already gave you a bunch of winners,
That's right.
hopefully, here on the show, but there's more still to come. And I haven't looked to see if there's any college baseball lines available, Mindy. So I better at least give out one play here because I know we haven't offered any totals yet. So I'm going to give out a play right now in college baseball today here on the show after our push yesterday. I'm going to go over 14 runs in the game between Washington and Oregon in the
Ooh, fun.
Pac-12. Should be a close game. Oregon's a slight favorite in this one, and this one goes off at 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central, 2:30 Pacific. I'm going to recommend going over 14 Huskies and Ducks in
Cool.
the Pac-12 tournament. Yeah, we're getting down, Mindy. We're getting down to eliminating to qualifying these teams for their regionals. So few more comments here. We'll take a look at Tony's. Oh, Mindy's entering in the plays.
Yep.
Okay, great. Over at Tony'sPicks.com, use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Click on the All Cappers tab. Find the handicapper of your choice and get signed up. You can click on the morning's team. We're right there, number 2 in the little algorithm here currently. And you can get our plays just by watching the show every day here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Give it all of our premium consensus and our opinions here on the show. But if you missed the show, you're going to be on vacation, you can always subscribe to the picks here. Just look at it. Make sure you use that promo code. Don't look at it as a subscription. Look at it as, supporting Ramon and Mindy in doing the show. We're very thankful for everyone who subscribes. We see people in there getting Mindy 3-day, 7-day, like what I say. Maybe they're going to miss it. They still want the picks. So appreciate those who have done that. Know that the commission on that goes to Mindy and I, just like a normal sale. So check those out. We also have we'll package these plays up that we have today and resell them over there at tonyspicks.com. So you don't have to buy it, just watch the show, but it's there for you if you don't want to do the legwork. And don't forget also, though, on Tuesdays when we don't have a show, Mindy and I do get together and put our plays in there.
That's right.
And so you do get a little bit of a bonus when you subscribe to that because we don't have a show, but we do give you a full complement of plays. I want to say last week it was like 6, the week before it was 4, and the first week we did it, it was like I think it was pretty
4.
heavy that first. It was 4. Okay, so okay, over at Tony'sPicks.com.
Well, maybe maybe I'm thinking of 2 times ago instead of the first time. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's been 3 weeks we've been on that now. So it turned out it was really by request. So we were like,
Right.
yes, of course we'll give out some picks if people are going to subscribe to it. Of course we will. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. We'll be back with you tomorrow with more Morning Steam. Thanks for all your comments. And he does it all, doesn't he, Mindy? When
That's right.
someone is not able
Bouncer,
to make
security,
show,
all of it.
We don't have Scotch to give it, so Curtis is here to, give us the emojis that we like, the ones that I like anyway. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you tomorrow with more Morning Steam. Hopefully join us on the weekend. We got big time action. We know we'll be back in the playoffs, so get a little bit of a breather today, but we'll be ready with that baseball. All right. For Mindy Hahne, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.